Please. God bless you. Oh, Bobby. Oh, what's a love. I appreciate. Ke tlo reka man. And what's up batla reka bjang? E ke re bona ke cleaning le.
Oh,
it's green, ne?
Oh,
and then this part. Don't you think it corresponds?
No, it perfect.
Correspond, ne?
Yeah,
sure.
Correspond very perfect, yeah.
So now I've got a couple of things to touch on, don't you?
Oh, okay.
I have God always gives me to speak. Kila bona re qala hanyane but and then we just
busy a flow. No,
because God always gives you something to say. Yeah, man.
Yeah, I know.
Go, Bobby, hacken.
Yeah,
cut your sonela za cut. Yeah, man. Are we recording?
No, we're recording now, yeah.
All right. Sanbonani, Dumelang, Abusheni, Epokele Minjani, Ishwana Maseve. Welcome to another blazer of our show called The Mass Embrace with the Bonga. Featuring yours truly, Mr. Khotso Cutter. Yeah, before we do go any further, guys, we'd like to remind you to subscribe, comment, like, notification bell. Yeah. Buffet, you've got some interesting things to show. One.
Bobby, come on, it's Kaukaski.
Yeah, man. Guys, it's a promoter. Yeah. We're doing this and we're doing it for free to Sabangena. So yeah, so my guys is supporting guys, logo gnane we just try to build the show into being one of Mzansi's most lucrative and most prominent of oral discussion shows. So now of which emerge. Who knows? Maybe as time progresses, maybe Singayenza as something for selling, you understand that? Yeah, because Angiti slowly we are growing a cult following. Yeah, am I lying?
No.
Nazo! Haha, Sinjalile. Siyabangena. Rabakena bafethu man rabakena. Okay, all right. First and foremost, I would like to thank God. Ngisathanda ukubonga uJesu Kristu waseNazaretha inkosi nomsindisi wempilo yami. Because Jesus has shown me very profound things. Even though sometimes I feel like there's challenges, life has its ups and downs and circumstances or not. But there's something called resilience. Resilience is a very powerful tool, you understand? Even though the wicked enemy can try to sabotage or create like a barrier or a barricade, you understand? On what you are trying to build as a being. Marok Salayo, I believe that he who is enthroned in the intergalactic cosmos is far more profound than all the wicked ones combined. Hallelujah. Sharp. Bobby.
Yes, sir.
All right, put on. Yeah, man. Can you please touch on what you are doing lately in terms of your projects, because Bafetu Bobby Genius is a genius in the musical realm.
Over intelligent.
Yeah, he's a lento. Hence, that is why being a team, I wanted to collaborate now, and then we create, like hip hop, But I also can rhyme, Mankwati. The last time I was rhyming was at school, So you have just rekindled my love for hip hop. Yes, Mr. Bobby G. So tell us, Mr. Bobby G, what are your plans currently, and what is your ambition, your statutes, your mandates, or your vision for the next, let's say, 24 months?
Next 24 months.
Yes, Bobby G.
Actually, oh man, I've actually been waiting for a question like that.
Yeah, that's what's up.
That's something interesting.
That's what's up.
People always ask some redundant questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I see myself very far in a few months to come, Actually, as I wake up every morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Keep one of it to get ke bloile up. It's like I'm already dreaming.
Wow.
You know, it's like, you know, as I
It's always
wake up.
good to dream, guys. You know,
Yeah.
it's always
Actually,
lovely to have ambition.
Hey, it was like something that's very crazy. Now.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Sometimes when I wake up,
Just waking up is
Just
a blessing
waking
in
up.
disguise.
Yeah.
Hence, that is why it's
Yeah.
ngiyabonga Jesu Kristu waseNazaretha inkosi nomsindisi wempilo yami. Amen.
In a way, it's like I'm already famous.
Wow. Uphethe ngishobo. Ngobonga vele
Different
nje.
dimension.
I mean, you are
So-
in the presence of legends.
Wabona nje ke.
Yeah, we are
Legends.
legends in the construction.
Aye.
Yeah.
Okay, urban legends.
I believe that everyone is a legend in his own right. I believe that we possess powers that we do not realize. Our greatest setback as human beings is not realizing your inner power. You understand that? You are powerful. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Obiji, ngiyabonga bhuti wami, big ups. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be dropping something very soon.
Okay. He's going to be dropping something, but wait.
It's
So
gonna
keep
be called
space and watch out.
Humble Beginnings, you know.
Okay.
Just be talking
Wow.
about my life, you know.
Yeah.
My journey, how I started it. You
I
know.
love Bobiji's voices. Yazi manga collaborator now,
Yeah.
dog, man. I believe we can do something very yabon.
Magic.
Yabon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, back. Ever have to perform a chicken on text? I'm gonna drop a mic and let them really spit on his sets. I ain't down for fake. Who frankly know what's going down in the game when they're just after the dough. Young Baba Bobiji, we can do this. Man. We can do this. Most deaf. Most deaf.
Yeah.
Bobiji.
I wanna be a poet.
Yeah, ne.
I know poet. This should be.
Yazi my guys,
storytelling.
in the past week before
I
it
can't wait, dog.
I've been so overwhelmed by people passing me by the intersections, ne? Telling me of how much an inspiration I am to Bona. You understand that? It's like, you know, people can see the greatness in you, especially in small things like podcasts and TikTok and whatnot, you see? So there's so many people that I have impacted or encouraged without realizing. Young mom. So I believe Guti, everyone was predestined or pre-orchestrated for a divine purpose. That's one. So my first topic you referred to for the day, I would like to touch back on my detention.
Oh.
Young Bamba.
Oh, yeah.
Because you know why I'm touching back on that? Because of Abantu. Because I'm going to meet people on a regular basis. So some people are always like eager. You understand that?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe ukuthi bafethu icala livula ingubo lingene. Yeah, don't ever say, "Oh, mina, I'll never be arrested." Mina,
Yeah.
never say never. You know why? Hey, umhlabe rotator. That is why isiZulu sithi ingubo ivula ingene. Icala livula ingubo lingene. You understand? You can find yourself detained without being even a criminal. Young Bamba Otiam. For instance, there was a guy back in 2017, he was detained for a rape. His girlfriend actually opened a case against him and said he raped her, which was a lie. You understand? It was fabricated. Just to get back at him because she found out what he was initially cheating on her. So yeah. Hey Baba, don't find yourself handsome, Glenda. You remind me of Sbongile and Charlotte. Buffet, okay. Let me refresh your thoughts, guys. I also was detained, I was Baba,
3 years.
listen, the first time I got arrested was in 2016. Rape and robbery, which I don't know, bruh.
Sure.
Legitly. Do you know where Kingsway Place is?
Yeah.
Down in Kingsway Street.
by the
That
students.
accommodation. Do you
Accommodation
remember
in
what
Kingsway,
that
yeah.
place was before it was a street?
Ah,
It was a
no.
park.
Oh, serious?
Yeah, it was a park. So we used to sleep there.
Sure.
Yeah, it was me, Zwelis Kosana, Musito Mukwena, Nkosnati Machola, and Temba Elijah Mukhwebi, which he died. Unfortunately, he died of TB.
Oh. Eish.
You know what happened, In the morning, we wake up and go to the intersections for begging, right? Then only come back late at night for sleeping.
Sleeping, yeah.
Right. One day, we came back, just from a regular day's hustle. Sialala. Yo! Yo! The whole place was surrounded by buyers. As if these people were coming to fetch a serial killer. Like 14 khatas, 2 in each. It was 6 cars, 2 in each car. You understand? Which is, yeah. Young Bab, 2. Mara, so all in all, there were 14 khatas. 3, 2, 4. Ntanga. Hey. Yeah, Zang Bas Kabe Kanjal. Hey, they never kicked us so hard. Whoa! Guess what happened? I'm going to tell you now, while we were busy begging by the intersections, there was a girl who came there. He saw 2 guys sitting at the park. But the park is for everyone.
For everyone, yeah.
So it was a park where people would just chill and smoke weed. Then this girl, she was a former student at UJ. She asked these 2 guys to say, guys, hey, I can see you rolling the trees.
Oh,
Young Bamba. Guys, where can I get some weed? And then they...
Obviously,
You understand?
They link,
No, come in, babe. We'll show you.
Yeah.
So there was a compound, like a structure, old, toilets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
where,
I see.
They brought her in there, and then one watching the coast.
Oh.
That one pulled out a knife and said,
Eish.
"Ho, hey ho, this is not your mother's house. Lay down."
Eish.
And then she was forced to lay down.
Also, the 2 guys that did it were not actually part of your...
No.
They were from somewhere else.
Yeah, because she stated that even their dress code was...
Oh.
Yeah,
I
like,
see.
like guys you trust. Guys you understand? Yeah.
Wow.
So they forced themselves on her. They gang raped her. Both of them. Taking turns. And then just when you thought you were done, I was like, no, I'm not done. I need more. You understand? They repeatedly gang rape her, gang rape. You understand? And then after they finished relieving themselves of her, they took a bag. You understand? Which all her belongings. And then they said, F you, Hamba. Yaba? Then they took their own way. Okay, sure. Later that night, we were coming back from the hustle. Ah, machito, oh, la, tada. Boop, 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 boop.
Oh. Yo.
We were kicked. Njanga, we were kicked. Yo, we were kicked, Baba man. Yo, those guys kicked us. And then the youngest of us, the one I told you whose leg was amputated, Clive. The other time he still had a leg. No?
Oh.
They strategized it. You know when police interrogate you, they use the youngest because he's more vulnerable and fragile. They take Clive to a different room. They beat him into a pulp because he's the youngest. Guess what Clive did? Okay, all right. Joe, they forced Clive into a false confession.
What?
To actually say yes, he did it. And then they even forced him to implement us. 5 of us.
Wow, they do that in SA too. Dang.
We were taken to Parkview Police Station. Mina vele dala mina ngaziwa khotso, so everyone knows me. Yes, I'm a bubbly character. I'm always a social character. I'm always. Everyone was shocked at the police station. Bonga, this one. No, guys, not this guy. This guy is just a fluent speaker, loves people, begs by the intention. And then they say, this white guy says, "Oh, julle dink die swart kapper het gebelondig. Ons moet hard werk om die Suid-Afrika van ons om beskerm te hou. You see, rape and robbery. God, damn. Imagine, in court, in your first day in court, before they do anything, they ask you, do you want a legal representative? If you don't afford one, they can give you one. which is a state. Yabo?
State.
Yeah, and then they tell you. Then they before imagine, Khoto, imagine, Jam. Before even the actual case proceeds, they tell you, Papa, you are looking at a very serious offense. Do know, they make you know before they even do know, Papa, that if you are found guilty. You are looking at 18 years for rape alone. And then there's robbery also. So it was rape and robbery. Because remember, she was raped and she was robbed. So it was 18 years for rape, 7 years for robbery. So how much is that?
18.
It's 25. Imagine, Joe, I almost pissed at myself just for thinking. You know, that thing affected me so much that I came out skinny. I wouldn't eat. Like I wouldn't. I would, because it was my first time being detained. So it was my first time seeing Sun City. You understand? And you know, Mos, you know how it's like. You hear all these things about before you've been arrested. Hey, they'll rape you in there. Hey, they will rob you in there. Hey, they will eat you. You know. So I'm going there shaking. But as soon as I was remanded, you know, they remand you. They'll tell you remanded for further investigation, remanded for further investigation. You understand? I just said, come what? I'm a man too. No effer is gonna do me blunt.
These policemen, were they mostly white, like black or black?
Bird.
White.
Africa. Because the word kafa, it rang almost 1,222 times. You understand? Julle fucking sorkoffers. Julle fucking sorkoffers. Julle rape. Ek julle wys. Ek gaan julle wys, julle sorkoffers. You understand? Shut up. And do you know that to this very day, I've never seen that lady. I don't know who's that lady. Yes. You know what they do? They make sure that you don't see her face to face. Maybe she might feel intimidated or anything. Things like that. So you know what they do, Khoto? They make you do a parade where they make you stand in a blank wall with you know, these that tape measure where it measures your height. You understand? Yeah, then they Hima! Come. You know, Mos. Come. They take pictures of your 3D. You understand? Then they go for ID parade. They put almost like 100 different pictures. Just scramble them.
I see.
In front of her face.
Oh, dang. So that's how the girl said, I don't know this, and then they let you all go. Because the girl...
She was so traumatized. She was so... You understand? She couldn't. Guess what these fuckers... Guess what this khata does? Out of these 100 pictures, he puts all them aside. He puts ours. He like says, Oba, Shebi. It's like this guy is enforcing himself for this girl to actually say. And then she said, she never said it's us. She says, I think it's them. Because, you know, trauma, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Then she says, I think it's them. You understand, Khozo? Jesus Christ. Okay, sharp. 7 days later, our addresses they approve you, ne? I can't remember before they sign you in for bail. You have to confirm your address, proof of residence. So I wrote in my mother's place in Soweto. Then it approved. You understand? And then this judge gives us 10,000 and bailage. Like 10 grand. There was 5 of us. We couldn't afford that. Fuck. So, what bail does, you know what bail does? It's not like the case is finished. You are just going to continue the case, but from outside. Yes. That never happened.
Oh, the case never happened after that? Like, you guys went out?
No. No. We never went out. We continued. Because we never afforded 10,000. 10 grand. Okay, sharp. They took us to A1. I was in cell 15. That's where I realized that I had something special in me. because I was so scared. I won't lie to you, because I was expecting the worst. Funny enough, okay, first day they will be a bit rough on you because they want you to feel their sense of dominance. Now, buddy. There's people who've been trialing there for 7 years. Nah. He's not convicted yet. Still pending. Come back and baba, and a rape. That's what. Imagine the psychological pain you feel there. You find other rapists who will tell you that 6 months. One trial.
Yeah.
Don't ask 6 months, especially for rape.
Yeah.
You know, rape is the second worst case you can do.
After murder.
Not murder. Murder is the third. Rape is regarded as higher than murder in South Africa. The worst case you can do is treason. Treason is the worst.
Like when you turn maybe against the government.
The state and especially when your treason has terrorism in it. Yeah, when you burn government buildings and whatnot. Jesus, that's a heavy. But that's life. That is why even Mandela himself was given life, because he did something that the state. Treason is the worst. You don't know that. Now I know. Treason is the worst case you can ever do. Second, rape. Third is murder. That's why you find people who murder people, but you'll find them out in 7 years' time. Because murder is not as heavy as rape, Baron. You know almost. There's 16 days of activism against women and child abuse. There's women. There's so many. So I believe that activism creates sort of like an awareness where it creates like a stigma or a taboo around the topic of rape, making it more stagnant. That is why even when if you're arrested for rape, you're in shit, bro. You are in shit. Because other inmates will make your life hell. You know why? Oh, so you are the one who's busy raping our sisters outside. You understand? Because as an inmate, you depend on people from outside, to bring you visit. People guys, let me tell you something. Visit is like payday to a detainee, yes.
They based on the things they bring.
Yes, you understand?
Like currency, like.
You understand? You remember we had that discussion? Visit day, Baba. It's like, I don't know, it's like a celebration. It's like when you've worked for the whole month and then end of the month, that paycheck. You're detained. So, if visit, and imagine things now visits are on once after 2 weeks. You understand? So if your folks came today, they'll only see you wait to the second Saturday of every week, of every second week. Shoot every second Saturday. So it becomes like a party. Yeah, everyone has cigarettes, everyone has biscuits. And when the days that are coming closer to visit, they are like Mampara outside. Outside. You understand? Like Mampara week. Cigarettes are becoming rarer commodity and whatnot. You understand? That's the same cycle, only in the fashion or sense of detention. Young Bam. All right. We went to A1 cell 15. Yeah, Baba. You'll have a hard time for rape, whether be it remand detainee or an actual convicted felon. You will. Other inmates will make it sure that even the wardens will give you a hard time.
So my question is how, like when you enter in jail, how do the inmates know what you did before you even enter, or do they tell them?
Good question. You know what happens, Khotso? In prison, if you do more than, let's say you are detained for 10 years, and then you've done 2 years, as part of your recreational or rehabilitative, that's why they call it a correctional facility. You understand that? You now have privileges. They give them privileges. One of the privileges is for inmates to work at the receptions. where they welcome in new ones.
Oh, yeah.
You understand? They do the people. Because you'll be amazed, Khotso. You are being tendered by other inmates than you do wardens. You know that? Yes.
Like tender, like they.
They take your details when you come in.
Oh.
Yeah. It's like they dominate. The only thing wardens do, they just sit there.
And
Oh
watch.
yeah, like they supervise.
You understand?
They don't need the work.
Other inmates are doing the job of the wardens on their behalf. Young Bamba Khotso. So what happens? Hey Baba. This guy who works at the reception who's taking what details everything. He watches what you bring in. Because you know there's a place where when you got money, you have to sign in your money. They put your money in because money is not allowed.
Oh.
Period. But you know, Moss, you know us, huh? In your buttocks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you know what we do? Just take these $100, fold them into something like a sausage shape, and you take soft tight like a plastic.
Oh yeah.
You soft tight it. Then those Vaseline
Butter. That butter from the bread.
put it in your anus. You understand? And then there's a section where if your names are all taken and you've signed in everything at the reception, because your phone, your wallet, your money and everything must stay at the reception. But ngoba thina business experience, we put people put Baba. Do you see how thick this thing is? There are people who can put this thing in their anus. Yeah, piece of cake. Painful, but sometimes worth it because this thing is like what can I put? It's like an asset. A phone is like an asset in prison.
Yeah.
Why, Khotso? Why? Most transactions are made through the phone. You call your people from outside. Guys, please send me 500 rand e-wallet.
Yeah.
Or 1,000 rand e-wallet. You understand, Khotso? Then we send wardens. Because wardens frequent outside. They go for lunch.
Oh.
Then you give them
the phone, and then they
the
take it
numbers.
out.
The numbers.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, even cigarettes, whatever. Then you can. You must get something, obvious. You can't go. If they put maybe 1,000 for you in an e-wallet, the warden will take 200 bucks and they give you the 800. That's for your smokes. That's for your whatever. Smoke whatever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, that's for Kellogg's Kilowatt. But because only a privileged few are able to do that. Your so-called cheese boys, because they are called cheese boys in prison. People who have a support structure from outside. Who have, because not everyone who's in prison has someone who can just call and then give them something. I'm poor, Mtanam. I don't have a cent. I need to kangile. Deal with it. You understand? So, because money is rarer, but it's there, but it's rarer. Cigarettes become
the money, the
commodity. Because take a look at it. 90% of inmates are smokers. 90% of people who are detained are smokers. Only a select few don't smoke. You understand? Which is very strange if you look at criminology. Why many? It's strange, ne? Why are criminals smokers?
Probably. Yeah.
Offenders like smoke. You see? Yeah. Yabona ke Khotso, okay mngani wami. Hayi nathi yithi labana cell. I was in A1 cell 15 nabomsuthu. At first it was rough but you know what I told myself? Do you see how I look in this picture?
Yeah. Oh,
there's no smile in my face.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I did. From day one I was detained until the day I left.
Did you ever get in fights? Fight with somebody?
No. Stay away from. Give people space. Give them space. If you want. You know what begins fights? Ukuthanda izinto. If you don't have a cigarette, don't ask a cigarette.
Oh.
That's how you keep it to yourself. You understand? You can have a friend, at least, okay. Someone also intact, mara magobe the only friend. Don't be too. Yeah. Otherwise, you are going to cause trouble. Yeah. In prison, your meat equals cigarettes. Yeah. Bonga, I would spend 3 months or 4 months without eating my meat. Yeah,
Oh,
inyama.
my boy big up. Be
Ngiyayithengisa.
Oh, like
Equals.
about how about nilita dijo mo lebisi.
Yeah.
Are we kauli why buys why
Yes, I pawned it out for cigarettes.
Oh.
Yeah, because one at my time it was 4 cigarettes per
per meat
piece.
per
Yes,
piece, yeah.
it was 4 cigarettes per piece. Yeah. So sometimes they soft tight it, you know.
Oh number.
Yeah, but not new selling it, just for wrapping it.
Oh,
Yeah,
told.
because there are guys, vele mfethu phela ungakhohlwa. Hence that is why I say inmates are not the same. Some inmates are moneyed. You see, especially those guys who do big fraud, you know. You find a guy who's a multimillionaire outside. He was arrested for doing.
Obvious, yeah.
How do you think that person will live in prison?
There
There were guys who were having treadmills in their cells. Like, yeah, mfethu, it was. And guess what? Those things are not allowed in prison. But guess what? But money. That's why I say money talks, man. Guys, man.
So like what
You know that even outside sheets are not allowed in prison. Even duvets from outside are not allowed. They sleep with prison duvets, almost like hospital.
Yeah.
You know hospital sheets? They've got that
yeah.
hospital, you know that my king, like hospital, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Die branded, yeah.
Yeah, the branded. So there are people who have outside sheets, Baba. Outside, not even cologne is allowed inside. You know why? Because cologne contains a chemical weight you can smoke it.
Oh,
Yeah, but
Joe.
guess what? There's people who've got ego. I thought the boss, Hugo Boss, blah, blah, blah.
Were there people like that they allowed that women can come in, and let's say they were rich, maybe the wards can bring in women, do their thing, and then they leave.
That's a secretive thing because it's not allowed, and that's super. Not just not allowed, but super not allowed. You understand? Because they know that can get them in serious shit. You understand? Yeah, that they can be arrested for it. That wedding who did that. So that's people who can even give a 10,000 rand just for at least 30 minutes with those women. So during visiting hours, where the family member comes in, you understand? They can give you like, you know,
quick.
yeah. So it has to be a coordinated thing where 2 or 3 or wardens know about it so that they can have a share.
Cause
one warden must stand there, watch guard.
Oh.
Others must sit here, and then the one goes with you, escorts you to maybe a toilet or a security place where you can just burn. You understand? But I'm telling you, it's a fucking way expensive to bone in prison as an inmate. You understand? Because you have to fork out. You understand? So it's a very rare commodity. Not just anyone can bone. Only your high profiles can bone. For instance, who's this guy? That one who was escaping now. Tabo Bester. People like Bester, I mean, are moneyed.
Oh, so they
can afford to do that. You understand? But it will cost you something like 20,000 just to have a bone with your wife from outside. And they limit your time. Tell you 15 minutes max. Like, no, baby. You understand? That is why you find that some people are condemned. They actually have wives. You know that they marry from inside prison. They marry another man in prison. Why? Not because they're gay or anything.
Yeah.
Just take a look. Okay. Use your own common sense, cause you are serving 3 life terms and 68 years. Do you think that person has any hope of ever seeing the outside world again?
No.
I don't think so. So those are the most corrupt people. The ones doing hefty sentences are the most corrupt, especially when it comes to gangster numbers and whatnot. You understand? Yeah.
Mr. Pin. Go ahead, too.
Oh, Remo.
Hey, Bonga.
Shabu kunjani?
Oh.
Ayo.
Yabona bathatha ivideo bodla imali ngegama lakho manje uyavuma
Hayi,
na.
man. Sipizi lana bheka sifasavise. Kumele si-edit. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, Khotso. So, Njayam, as I was emphasizing, yeah. So, hey, I believe that detention is a whole different world on its own. Yeah, you see. Okay, how I won that case?
Oh yeah.
DNA.
Oh snap, yeah. Nah, you
Thank
can't
God
compete
for
with that.
DNA.
That, yeah.
Otherwise, I wasn't shit.
Dang.
They took
Yeah.
our blood samples. Nah, they took our salivary samples.
Yeah.
You know. And then they went for forensics. Voila, negative. All of us, all 5 of us, said it's like day and night, warm and cold. They are so far from a match. It's unbelievable. You know? And the saddening part is that we were treated like dogs and whatnot. Even in...
Got beat up, Did they compensate? Did they do anything after that?
No.
Aish.
I was just raising awareness because Khotso, there are so many people. Believe me, Khotso. You know that people who are doing 25 years in imprisonment today are innocent. Do you know that, Khotso?
Aish.
So that's why I felt like coming back and touching on that very subject. Just to make people aware. Such things, these things happen. You understand? So just to prepare yourself, you know. Don't love anything of anyone in prison. Have your own contents. If you don't have nothing, keep it to yourself. Yeah, just wait it out. Yeah, bro. And the best remedy or whatever is your own family or folks. They become a source of encouragement, of hope. You understand? A constant contact from the outside world. Yeah, will keep you understand? On top.
They have to come visit. Like,
Yeah, it's all that's what's up. All right, my second detention was in 2017.
Or the one where they they said they found substance in
Yeah.
yours.
You have been found in the possession of an illicit substance, diamorphine. So you leave the... Hoto,
Hey.
I'm a boss. You know that I was actually representing myself that day. I never wanted a lawyer. Yeah, I was speaking directly to the magistrate. That magistrate handed me down a sentence of 4 years.
Sure.
And then that khata hold me. Asante, Baba, you have it. I was like, hey, Baba, don't even touch me. I was like, your worship. I pleaded, Baba. That's something people don't realize. You know, when you have power to, one, dispute a verdict or plead a verdict. Do you know that? People don't know that.
Oh, so it's like if when they finished, before they hit that thing, you can
raise your hand.
say, nah, that's unfair.
Yeah.
Or you can actually plead your case.
Or
and
plead.
say what you think.
Thank you. Yes.
And I didn't know, because I actually went to court
She'll
this
even
one time. Yeah.
She'll even sit down and put the gavel aside and say, let's
hear
hear what you have to say. You understand? If that your plea is
makes
feasible
sense,
enough, then a lesser harsher verdict may be handed down. So I raised my hand and I said, my sincerest of apologies, Your Worship.
Wow.
Pardon my intrusion. But deeming myself a legitimate South African citizen, I plead that I plead for a lesser, harsher verdict. You understand? But then she said, carry on. And then I told her that the law is not there to punish, but to correct. You understand? I even made an example of a pair of scales. You understand? The reason why so everyone's the court was so silent, everyone was on me. I said, Your Worship, the reason why they use a pair of scales and a blind lady is equality. I mean, if you've offended somebody, you understand, it's a balance of equation. I have not offended anyone. I just smoke. Yeah, he's like, hey, prosecutor, are you listening? I was like, yeah, that's what's up, Khotso. You understand? Yeah. And
Naki, you look morning side, you know.
Morning side.
Yeah.
Hey, who gonna man am cool?
Baka shelter ka wena.
Phidi wena o gato nsogela wena o bona o bona tšhelete e ke sa o koloting yona.
Young mama Khotsokhat.
Ke o tsone, eh.
Yeah. So yeah, so I was pleading my case, and then I last and not least I said the law, if you exercise or look at the law,
Wow.
there's something called remorse, and you understand those causes are there to highlight something about the law. The law is not just offend, punish, offend, punish. No. You understand, Akhoto? Some things, some offenses are based on a sense of maybe carelessness, but they were not deliberate. You understand? In that fashion, a state offense. You understand? So the law is there to correct. Hence, that is why there's something called this section 27619. Yeah, there's an act called the 27619 section. That's what I highlighted. That's what killed it the most. I said there's something called the section 27619, Your Worship. Yes. And under that section, in such a case, when I plead and remorsefully, you understand, I admit my guilt. I said remorsefully I admit my guilt. But under section 27619, I plead for a lesser verdict. She was like, she was like, she put my specs. She put, Joe. There was silence for almost 5 minutes. Only pen and paper. Oh, my heart is beating. And then I heard, then they're writing a new one. And then she says, she said, I cannot give you a suspended sentence. Yeah, I still have to hand down a punishment. Yeah, but I've heard your plea, and it's a feasible plea, solid one. Yeah, and then she said, your 4-year sentence has been overturned. You're only going to serve 6 months.
6.
6 months. And then she said, it's gonna have a what you call this? A fine on top.
Oh.
Yeah. She said my fine was 1,005.
Oh.
Yeah, she said, so if you pay the 1,005, you won't do the sentence anymore.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. Some.
Yeah.
Some
like 1,005.
Yeah.
If you pay that 1,000, you won't do the 6 months.
Yes, because I was. The verdict was under the section 27609. I made her sentence me under the section 27609. But the problem was, sadly,
no finding.
I had to do the 6 months. Imagine, Joe. Just for 1,005, Joe. Like crazy, ne? But anyway, it was still better than nothing, because there was no one was working at home at the time, so money was a scarce resource and a commodity. Hey, yeah. So I did 6 months, and then I went to Devon. It took me to Devon Correctional Facility in Mpumalanga. Yo, baba, it's a maplazi. Like it's a farm. There's cows in the prison.
So you guys were tilting.
Yeah, baba. Hard labor, baba.
Shepherds.
And then there's something called gratuity money.
Oh,
they give you gratuity.
Oh,
it's not pay, but it's gratuity. Hence, that is why they call it gratuity. They're just grateful, gratitude, just to say thank you. But you're not employed by the correctional facility. So we were tilling the ground. The cows are not. They give you $65 a month.
A month?
Yeah. Baba, you're in prison. That's 65 to you. It's something. Yeah, because you're detained, Baba. There's no source of income or no source of water. Yeah,
but what can it buy for you in there? Like ciggies?
Ciggies you can buy. Because ciggies, the 20 of RG was $15. So at least,
okay.
you know, at
You
least,
can survive,
at least.
huh?
You can survive, you know. That's why now rather the greens, you know.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
costs, there's a
good
10,
guy.
10 rand, 20, and a 50.
That's why I'm very green now. Nice thing.
Umthunzi weyinkosi. I the green minds think alike.
Hey, Bobby.
He just gave us the green light. Yeah, boy, and let them fit. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what's up. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Top.
Yeah, ne?
Utopia.
That's what's up. Yeah. So yeah, but for you, that's all we have time for today, Yavon. Yeah. I just personally felt like touching back on that subject because there's so many people who are curious. So I need to, we ask, it's our statute and mandate to cater for our viewers. Yeah, so if our viewers are asking, like they're curious, end of the prison, hey Bonga, I wonder, you know. So that's why I felt like retouching on that subject. I want, yeah.
No.
Yeah, man.
Bobby Genius,
My brother,
yeah.
talk to me nice.
God loves you.
God loves you way more.
Amen.
God loves you way more, my brother.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Makube njalo, makufeze, njalo. Bafethu, that's all we have time for today. We appreciate your support, my guys. That's ever since the show has begun. It's slowly but gradually, you know, exponentially growing. You understand? So, guys, you know, we love your support. Nje. The mass embrace. Yeah, because hey, we've got bigger visions and dreams. And as time progresses, my guys, obviously we're going to have guests, like celebrity guests. So we need your support, guys, to just, you know, subscribe, you know, so that as time progresses, we can bring in, you know, I'm a powerhouse. And hey, once someone of a selfie, gonna blow, dogs, blow. You understand? So, royal salute. We love you. And may His grace bless you abundantly. And may He keep you safe and guard you and just grant you your heart's wishes and desires. So, this is the mass embrace. We embrace you, masses. We love you.
Thank Him for the privilege of life.
Yeah, amen.
Most importantly.
Amen. Any last word to our viewers?
Yeah, last words, yeah, you guys should subscribe.
Not saying writing yet.
Yo! This guy's funny, yo. It's funny. Okay. Yo, this guy's funny, yo. Our friend from the Mass Embrace team, I wish you tons and tons and tons of abundance. And from us, Ubonga, Ukhotokata, Bobby Genius, lots of love. Adios, muchachos. Signing out.
Signing out, baby.
Donko.
The mission complete.
It's like, yeah. You guys should subscribe. Yo, I'm 16 I was like, okay, yeah, you know, my last words, like, you know, you guys should subscribe.
Just like that, like, just subscribe.
Yo, I'll finish my subscription.
You know what? Yeah,
I'll
subscription.
make my day today awesome.